Yes! Okay, so we're taking a look at this homework. Why are babies like hinges? What was the answer to the riddle? They are things to adore. Oh. So, let's just go box by box. Were there any in this first box, 1 through 4, that you had trouble on? You couldn't find what it was. Let's just recap the rule here. I personally like to think about it. N to the 9th literally means that you have 9 of them on top. So I'm going to draw this one out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's N to the 9th. N to the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And you can reduce them. You can cancel one on top with one on the bottom. Obviously, you wouldn't do this out every time. But there's a nice way for you to visually see what am I left with, N to the 4th in the numerator. Right? So my answer to this one is just N to the 4th. However, when I get to one like number 4, 6/3, I can just reduce that. That's just 2 over 1, right? Do you agree? 6 over 3 just reduces to 2 to 1. Now look at the n's. I'd have n squared, which is n times n, and n to the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look what happens when I cross them out. Aren't I left with n to the 3rd in the denominator? That's my answer. So it's just, the only thing left in the numerator is a 2, and then the denominator is just 1 n to the 3rd, or I don't even need to write the 1. So 2 over n to the 3rd. That's it. And then, I'm not sure if there's one on this sheet that ends up being like this, but what happens if I have, if I had something like this. Say I had n squared over n to the, I don't know, 4th. One half?
Yeah.
Where would the half come from?
Because 2 minus 4 is -2.
That's true.
So you do the opposite of the n.
I don't know where you're going to have from, though.
Where I'm getting.
Just think of it this way, guys. You have n squared on top, n to the 4th on the bottom. If you cross them out, aren't you just left with what? N squared, and where is it? On the bottom. What's on the top then? Just a 1. You can't leave a numerator or a blank. You would just put a 1. It just reduced down to 1, okay? So, yes, this is the same thing as n to the -2, but we almost never really go that route. So I don't even bother with this. Yep. Sure. Okay, you want to keep your, when you give a final answer, your final answer should not have negative exponents in it. So I don't even bother going here. It's not wrong, but you can't leave your answer like that anyway, so I jump right over it. So anything else in the first 4 that you want to talk about? Was 3 and 2 okay? Yeah, so let's look at this next box. 5 to 8. Which ones in here gave you trouble? Sure. So if we look at 6. Personally, I handle the numbers first. So if I have a -8 over 2, what does that reduce to be? -4 over 1, right? So I'll have -4. You can write the 1 on the bottom. You don't really need it. It doesn't matter. All right, fine. Now the numbers are done. Now I look at the x's. I have 6 x's on the top and 3 of them on the bottom. So when I cancel them out, I'll be left with x to the, on the, yes. And I'm done with those. And then what happens with the y's? They just cancel out because they're, it's, right? It's just cancels to be 1 over 1. So the y's are just gone. Yep.
If what it's being raised to is positive, does it go on the top?
Yes.
And if it's negative?
Mm-hmm. So now, in this case, since my denominator is just 1, I don't need it. So that is the same thing as just -4x cubed. Right? -4x cubed. There's my final answer for that one. What else in this box?
7.
7. Okay. So first, I would reduce 8 over 12 just like normal. So 4 goes into both of them, right? So 4 goes into 8 twice and 3 times. So I'd have 2 on top, 3 on the bottom. So far we're all right?
Yeah.
Now look at the x's. 1 on top and 3 on the bottom. So I'll be left with,
X is in the denominator.
yes. Did you get that? Does everybody see why that is? You have 1 of them on top and 3 of them on the bottom. Look, I'll draw it out. 1 on top and 3 on the bottom. When you cancel one pair out, you're left with x squared on the bottom. And then do the same thing with the y's. You have 2 on top, 5 on the bottom. Cancel them all out, and you're left with y to the third. That's it. Is this all right? Okay. Any other ones in this box? 5 or 8? 5 or 8 are okay? Okay. 9 to 12. How about these? 10. So I've got negative 15 over negative 3. So what's that reduced to?
Negative 5.
Boo, careful. Want to be positive 5? So I have negative over negative? You can put the 1 in the denominator. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so the numbers are done. You have a squared over a. Cancel them out. You'd be left with a to the first in the numerator. Is this all right? You got to tell me if you're not following, if you're not seeing where I'm getting these from. I had 2 of them on top, 1 of them on the bottom. When I cancel one out, I'm left with a to the first on the top. So then do the same thing with the b's. I have 9 b's and 1 b, and if I cancel them out, I'll be left with b to the on the. So again, in this case, if the denominator is just 1, I don't need it. So 5ab to the 8th is my answer.
So let's say it was a negative 8, like the power was a negative 8, and so you would move it to the bottom.
Yes. So let me ask you this. Emma, just do the b's in this one. It'd be b to the what, and where would it be? So where would, like when I go to write it, I'd have b to the what, and where is it? Well, what's your exponent on this b? 1. So you have 1b on top and 5 b's on the bottom. So if you cancel them out, right, you have 1 on the top. So you would have b to the, where is it? Yes. Okay, good. Correct. Might as well finish this one. Negative 24 and 18 I could reduce by 6, right? So it'd be negative 4 over 3. And then the a's, if I have a squared over a, what's that going to become?
A.
Where?
Top.
That's it. So there's my answer for that one. Negative 4a over 3b to the 4th. Yeah? Okay. Let's look at 13 to 16. What can I do for you here? 14. Okay. So, can I reduce 13 and 26? Yes, that's 1/2. Okay, numbers are done. Then, u to the 7th over u to the 7th, what happens? They just cancel each other out, so I don't have to worry about the u's. V to the 7th over v to the 1st would leave me with v to the, wait, that's it. I don't need that 1 in front. You can have it, but I don't need it. So just v to the 6th over 2. What else in this box? 13, 15, 16?
All of them? No, I don't know.
I heard 16. Negative 9 over negative 6 would reduce to be
3 over 2.
3/2. Positive 3/2. So the numbers are done. Sayonara, numbers. Use.
U to the 6.
You got it. Are we getting better with these? Are you sure? Maybe I should call on you at random. Why haven't I been doing this? Gosh, it's been so long. Where the heck is A block? Oh, I'll find it. And if I don't, I'll make a new one. Ah, it fell over. Okay. So we're, oh yeah, we did the U's. U's are done. So now I'd have, look at the V's. I'd have V to the what and where is it? Bridget is not here. But Destiny is. It'd be V to the where? Perfect! Great job. And I'm done with that one. Anybody want 13 or 15? No, you're okay. 13, 15, you sure? Kristen, you want one?
No. Can we do 19?
Sure. Okay, 19.
Oh, wait, no, 19 can
Well, we're going to do it anyway. So there's nothing for me to reduce the negative 3 with, so what do I do? You just leave it. Now, look at the K's. Sarah, you get this one.
It's just going to be
And where is it?
the numerator.
Perfect. K to the 5th, K to the 4th leaves me with K to the 1st in the numerator. Now the K's are done. Look at the M's. I'll be left with M to the what, and where is it? Jaden.
M to the 3rd.
Perfect. What do I do if there's nothing in my denominator? You can put it in the denominator, we don't care. It's the numerator you can't leave blank. There really is a 1 down there, but if there's a 1 in my denominator, it's just negative 3k m to the 3rd. But if you have the opposite, right? If you have something like this, and you have, this happens all the time, right? You'll get this as an answer, and then kids just say, oh, okay, so that just means 2x squared. No, it doesn't. If it's in the denominator, you have to put a 1 in the numerator as a placeholder. That's not the same thing. If there's a 1 in the denominator, you can ignore it. But it's only in the denominator. Okay. 17, 18, or 20. Anybody have a preference?
What about
20.
20?
Okay. So, look at my numbers. Sean, 12 over negative 4 would reduce to?
Negative 3.
Correct. And where do I put that negative 3?
Put it on the top.
Yeah, because 12 over 4, right? That becomes 3, that becomes a 1. So negative 3 is correct. All right. What do I do with the K? Oh. I think I have an extra one. Haley W., what do I do with that K? This K. Yeah, I just leave it. There's nothing for me to reduce it with, or it just stays. And then m to the 3rd over m to the 3rd. Haley C, what do I do with those? Where are you? There you are. Exactly. It really reduces away to just be 1, so I don't even need it to write it. So my final answer is just negative 3k. Do I need the 1 on the bottom? You don't need it. You can put it. I don't care. But it's the same thing as just negative 3k. Let's do one more. How about 18? 4 over 16. Liliana, what does 4 over 16 reduce to be? 1/4. The K's. Look at the K's. I'd be left with K to the what, and where is it? Matt. You can do it right now. That's it. And then the M's. Kaylee D. M on the what? Yes! Say it with confidence. Yes! M to the first in the denominator. Does that make sense? All right, good. Any other ones anybody wants?